Hello, ladies, gents, and mindless consumers of digital goods. We return to the daily challenge of Spelunky. It is the 10th of May of 2019, and this is going to be a daily challenge without tomfoolery, without shenanigans, without a freaking gimmick, or any kind of weird ambition. We're just going to go into the game, and we're going to try to make money in the traditional way. No weird stuff going on. I just got off the sped up daily, not daily challenge, but the 1.75 supersonic Spelunky. So again, it is looking very strange to me to be going this slow, but now I'm prepared. I'm prepared for this weird disassociation of what is normal and what is to be expected. And I know that it's just my brain playing tricks. And we're just going to get through it until I once more get habituated to the normal Spelunky speed. But boy, is it strange. Very strange. It just feels floaty. Like the walking speed feels fine. But then when you jump, it's like I spend way too long in the air with Paco. It's very strange. It's just my brain playing tricks on me. Oh, I knew all that peyote would be a terrible decision. But here I am. Anyway, the challenge of Spelunky, I've kind of been not playing as much Spelunky lately. I am not assaulting, and it is an assault. I'm not assaulting the game with as much panache as I used to. It's like, man, they're only... I've talked about this in Enter the Gungeon, and I talked about this in the Spanish episode, so most of you guys have not heard me talk about this, so might as well bring it up in this episode instead. As well. Oh boy. Oh, poor Rick. He's going to get sacrificed to the greater evil. And I have zero guilt associated with that. Maybe there was a scorpion there, might as well try to do what I just did. It didn't pan out, and I accept it. Anyway, assaulting Spelunky without as much of a willingness to play it as I used to, and I have concluded it is very much a psychological effect of knowing that Spelunky 2 is coming. If I had not known, if we didn't know that Spelunky 2 is a thing that's happening, I don't think there's anything else to be done here. I guess I could grab his anus. Oh, but there's still a shopkeeper music going on, so there's a vault somewhere in here. Anyway, knowing that Spelunky 2 is coming is like, man, I want to play Spelunky 2. I don't want to play Spelunky 1 no more. Not really like that, but you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? If I didn't know that Spelunky 2 was a possibility in the future, yeah, we'll spend a few pounds to get in there, why not? Let's get the shotgun, because we need to get rid of that nuisance inside of the vault. If I didn't know the sequel was coming, there'll be far more. I'm going the wrong way. No, I'm not. Where did I put the bomb? I'm so confused. How did I make it up here to put the bomb? What the? What did I just do? Oh, okay. That's where I spent the bomb, and now I wasted so much time. There it is. Oh, stupid. That was so dumb. I wasted so much time, and now the ghost is going to come at a very inconvenient time. Oh, that was poorly timed. Now I had to be extra careful. So off he goes. And all that mattered to me was getting rid of that guy to get this vault. Oh yeah. You know, good stuff. I keep making a fragmented narrative. That shotgun, much better, well maintained. He keeps it well oiled, like it's an anal orifice. Beautiful shotgun. Anyway, fragmenting not my argument, but my narrative, because I keep getting distracted by terrible things happening. Please, sir, I would like to do murder upon you. There we go. There we go. I cannot make it around you. I guess we can shotgun jump past this fool. Not too bad. There's also the vault over there. We will get the ghost all the way to the top. Does that happen to you guys? I already got a reply on the comment saying, yeah, I feel the same way. It was the same way when the Binding of Isaac the new version was coming out. I just didn't want to play the original anymore because I knew the new and improved version was coming. It feels like that. It's like, man, I'm so ready. I'm so ready for the new and improved Spelunky. Let's hope. Let's hope. Work on the assumption that Spelunky will be new and improved. I have no reason to think not that it's not going to just be more Spelunky but better. You know, there will be a bunch of different stuff, but we'll just get used to it, and it will be a better experience overall. Where's the shopkeeper getting mad? Why you guys have to be so full of anger? You need to embrace the goodness in life instead of focusing so much rage. Just take it from me, man. Anger leads to nowhere but prison. 5 years under my belt because of all that anger. And all those things I did to the midget. He shouldn't have put on that clown mask and tried to scare me. No one's fault by his own. But here's a couple of crazy people. They have done murder upon each other because they cannot help themselves. See if we can maybe get this man shot in the face when he comes back. He's instead amusing himself with a corpse. It's so hard. It's so hard, that's what she said. This is a decent shooting spot, but not guaranteed. Especially if the hyper armor rears its OP head. Hey, gotcha. Gotcha, bitch. Oh yeah. Gotcha, bitch. Feels good to get rid of these filth masters. Alright. Is there a ghost that will come ghost my stuff? Probably. Is it worth it for me to stick around? I think the answer is no. I don't have enough bombs to justify sticking around, and I mean there's three gems in there. Huh? I must do it. I must do it. 3 delicious gems. Ready for the ghosting. Maybe there was a Kali out there somewhere. I don't see it. I don't see it. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. It's like I still love this game. Don't get me wrong. I mean, after you spend 6 years playing something every single week, if you don't love it still, well, you probably are playing Hearthstone. But I'm still doing well. I'm psychologically ready to engage with this game. It's just like, you know, looking forward to moving on is what I'm saying. So in a way, sometimes the way I feel it is, it would be almost pretty much a ritual. Start the recording day with the daily challenge of Spelunky all the time, every time. Now it's like, let's play some Enter the Gungeon instead to start with. Maybe I'll record some Ringworld then. Oh man, Darkest Dungeon is kind of falling behind, but let me do that. Oh man, I haven't done the daily challenge yet. Better get around to it, you know. That's the shift in mentality. And I know that this is kind of a bummer to be talking about, like, hey guys, I'm playing this game, but I don't really enjoy it as much. But it's not like that. It's not like that. Well, I guess literally it is like that. But my level of enjoyment is still far above threshold from me resenting to play the game or anything like that, you know? I'm sure you guys can relate. Ever since the announcement of Spelunky 2 and we see all the exciting new footage and gameplay, you guys are all ready to embrace our new Spelunky 2 overlords. I am a little salty about this bad situation, but we got through it through the incredible power of firearms. Feeling pretty okay with the outcome. As good as you could, really. Couple of gems over there, but oh, well, that's inconvenient, isn't it? Sure is to be murdered. Sure is inconvenient to be murdered by a giant confluence of perfect enemies just raping you in a terrible way. I feel slightly disappointed. Not gonna lie. I can simply promise you that was not my intent. What was that made me take fall damage? Was it trying to deal with an enemy and failing miserably? I think I was trying to shotgun an enemy and I failed and I dropped far too long onto that slope, and then it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. Of course the exit will be exactly there. Of course the shopkeeper would have free access to my butthole. Of course. It played out the way it did. If that is not fantastic death material, I don't know what could be. I don't know what could be. That is compilation. I've been getting lazy about it. About getting compilation deaths getting pulled out of the videos, because, you know, instead of simply converting it, the shopkeeper's murdered me, so you know what you gotta do now. The process usually is I record a thing, put it through Handbrake so the file size is much smaller at barely any cost to quality, upload it, post it when the time comes. If I had to get a death out of the video, it's a little bit more involved. It requires like an extra 10 minutes of work, and that's like, whew, man, it takes a lot out of me to put in those 10 minutes. So I save the file for later, and later sometimes never comes. It's pretty damn shameful and pathetic, but here I am sharing my shortcomings with you. I am a chronic procrastinator. I will leave things for later all the time, despite the fact that just getting them done. I wouldn't say I'm like, I think I've talked about this extensively before. So instead, let me talk about the dream I just had. I was going on vacation. No, let me just start at the beginning, because it's a long, complicated dream. It started the first I can remember. It started with me on a long, long drive through Alaskan roads. Lots of snow, very difficult to traverse. But in the end, me and my wife, we got to the cabin alongside with my sister-in-law and her person, a friend, roommate, and her roommate. We got there, but somebody had left the lights on and the battery plugged, so there was no battery left to power anything. So obviously the next step was getting through a portal, because there was an emergency. PewDiePie needed me, and we got to his vacation spot. I don't know exactly what he needed me for. We never got to that. But when we got to the vacation spot, we reserved, not the reserve, but we got through the reservation. We got the hotel keys and all that good stuff. There was a pool party outside. So we went in there, even though I had boots on. We went in there into the pool, and Alex Jones was just ranting as usual. This is all true, but I'm not making it up as I go. This is exactly what I dreamt of. I am not doing a bit. I'm just telling you about my dream. Alex Jones was ranting as usual. Man, there were some people that were not taking kindly to that. I could see the atmosphere shift into like a let's do violence kind of atmosphere. So I took off. I left PewDiePie behind, but he made it back just fine. Made it back to the hotel lobby. We started talking about it. Oh, well, he turned around at the last moment. What a guy. Mutually assured destruction, but he actually got to murder me. So we got back to the lobby, right? And there's a small patio there. So we're talking about the thing, and while I'm speaking, I bring out my skinning knife, and I start tearing into the stomach of a giant boa constrictor. An enormous, we're talking about 15 feet long boa constrictor that just slithers in. And I take my knife and I just tear it apart, tear it from mouth to tail. I just tear it through the middle of it. And of course, it was bloated with babies. So all the babies come out of the boa constrictor. They come out, they swarm all around. It's extremely scary situation. They swarm all around, get up to PewDiePie's legs, and they start just eating him alive. And he, screaming in pain, gets eaten alive, nothing remains, as I watch from the top of the hood of a car. The snakes continue going on. They continue through the lobby and they continue eating people. Eventually, they disappear. I am no longer scared about the snakes because for some reason I'm immune to them. But thankfully, unfortunately, PewDiePie had the damn hotel keys, and the woman at the front counter, well, she's eaten. And the machine will just not take my word that I was with PewDiePie and I'm entitled to a room. So I'm here now, homeless in this vacation place with no resources. I do have my wallet though. I do have my wallet and a credit card. Let's just leave. My wallet and my credit card and stuff. So I go into a store. It's just a grocery store. There's nothing weird about it. Go in there and start shopping. And that, my good friends, is the extent of my dream. I woke up at 10 after staying up until 1:30 playing Mordhau. I'm not proud of this fact, but slightly addicted to the game. It's so damn fun. We'll put a little bit more content with the game on the channel. Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. I have noticed, like, one-shot videos. They do pretty well. And I kind of enjoyed it. I enjoy it a lot. Like, I always look forward to posting them, even though there's nothing particularly special about them. I like the new experience of posting a one-shot video and seeing the reaction. And it's always a temptation, oh, let's make it into a series. But then, you know, the numbers really, really go down, and the fun factor also goes down a lot. Like, I still love playing Darkest Dungeon, but it's not the same thrill as the first couple episodes, is it? And that's not an amazing piece of insight that I'm giving to you. It's the reality of YouTube series. People love the first episode. People might show up for the last. The guys in the middle are the people that just really enjoy the gameplay. The guys in the front and the back are people that love the novelty, and also just people checking it out and figuring out, it's not really for me. No blame assigned to this. It's just telling you the facts. Wait until one of these idiots bites the dust. Let's deal with the victor. Deal with the victor by giving him a second victory, so he feels a little bit better about his performance. Man, here I am, letting shopkeepers feel really, really good about their days today. Feeling pretty damn great about helping out these psychologically troubled individuals. Here I am providing a service to these people that deserve the best in life. How you guys? Do you guys enjoy the dream that I had? I sure did. It was a great dream. This is perhaps a glimpse at the inner workings of the Blargh. It's utterly deranged. Oh no! On a scale of 1 to Ocasio-Cortez, how crazy do you think that dream was? I would definitely say Alex Jones. That's the kind of crazy that. Anyway, let's just get out of here. We've been murdering shopkeepers. Not very good at it. We killed the first one, and then the rest show me what a kind of a mistake I've done. But we're going to turn the tables. Each one of these scumbags is going to get destroyed. Thankfully, if I manage to catch them when they're not alert to my presence, then that is the time when I can kill them with impunity. It's only when they know I'm coming. I can relate so much to life situations. Only when they know I'm coming is when I'm in trouble. You get that backstab in. So everything else is gravy, and 20 more stabs to make sure they stay down. Alright, here's the person. See if we can murder him. He has definitely avoided every single one of those spikes. Makes me pretty resentful, not going to lie. Like, I have a lot of animosity pent up for this mustachioed piece of trash. Off we go through the exit. Man, I am jumping through topic to topic, but I'm so excited for the last of the wicked. is now out for review. Only had 2 beta readers, but I don't want to like be overflowed with feedback, disjointed feedback. Alright, just take a couple people that seem to know what they're talking about. It's not like I'm going to take every single thing that they say as gospel, right? You take criticism, you take feedback, and you not elaborate it, you evaluate it and see whether you can see the issue or not. Like, when you get feedback on anything, the point of feedback is not doing exactly what they say so you make them happy. That is silly. The point of feedback is to make you think about your creation differently. And that will perhaps point out an issue that you should have seen all along. A small difference, but an important difference. Like, it's not about doing what you're told. It's about getting a different perspective. And then your brain tells you to do something better. Well, this is a unpleasant situation. Please? I still feel floaty. So I have that small excuse going on. Anyway, so excited to get that done, and this is something that I will elaborate on a dedicated video on its own. But why not start talking about it right now as I murder shopkeepers left and right? I will probably do a release event in the form of an Indiegogo campaign, so we can all see the number of sales, and that is extremely anxiety-inducing. It is. What if there's only just like 10 sales and it's extremely public failure of my new and improved wonderful book? But I'm going to try my absolute best, because I was planning before to just do what I did with Eternal and just put it out on Amazon, tell everybody to buy it, and that's pretty much it. Amazon, print on demand, that kind of stuff. Whoops. And let people do what they will. But my, shall we say, profit-minded wife, she's like, why aren't you doing a crowdfund campaign? You're leaving all this money on the table. Have you seen all these campaigns? They rake in $30,000, $100,000. Like, there's no way I'm going to sell $100,000 in books. And there's nothing to crowdfund. I have my excuses ready for her. There's nothing to crowdfund. It's a one-man show that I've been working on for like 4 years now. What is the crowdfund? It's like retroactively giving me a pay rate. It's weird. It's just weird. She's like, and while I'm saying these things, it's like, these all sound like the worst excuses. Like, I am just giving excuses because I don't want to do the work. It's not a crowdfund. It's a campaign. It's like a release event in which you put your product out there and you just build hype. And I would say it's an excellent way to build awareness, making it into like a community event kind of thing where we all watch that number go up, see the sales going on, try to reach stretch goals for, let's say, commission poster, bookmarks, that kind of booky stuff. I know that there's not a ton of overlap between Spelunky players and readers, but there is some overlap. Most people enjoy a good story, and let me tell you, man, The Last of the Wicked, this novel I've written, no joke, no exaggeration, best thing I ever wrote. I am so excited to get it out there. So excited to see what everybody thinks about it. So looking forward to watching that book, Stab People in the Heart. It's going to be so good. Even if there's like 10 sales, I will be avidly craving, hopefully, changing the life experience and affecting the people that read it in a positive way. The same way a movie can really touch you in the soul. That's what I'm trying to do. because there's so many novels. I've talked about this before, but you know, it's pertinent to the topic here at hand. So many novels in my life that I feel like they changed my life. They made me look at the world differently, or they just simply gave me a very, very deep emotional response, and they just stayed with me. They stayed with me from Asimov's novels, the Fantastic Voyage 2. That is the first big novel that I ever remember reading. And I loved it. I reread it probably like 7-8 times. It was so good. I loved it. From that to all the Dragonlance books, my first foray into fantasy writing. Loved the crap out of those novels. In retrospect, I don't like them as much. Like rereading them, it's like, yeah, these weren't so good, were they? They're great, but I don't know if I will get so much. It's like Final Fantasy. When you're a teenager, you're like, this is the best game ever made. Then later you revisit, it's like, yeah, it's a great game, but boy, oof, this anime type of writing, man. What was I saying? Yeah, so, you know, you got all these novels, and I want to be that for someone else. That would be so fantastic. That's really the reason why most people write, I would say. Like, they experienced incredible stories, and they want to be that for someone else. It's a very, in a way, like, there's some ego involved. Of, I want to affect someone like that, yeah. But there's also this cool, I want to make someone else's life awesome, like this book made my life awesome while I was reading it, you know? So, I am so looking forward to people reading that and getting nothing but praise. It will be like non-stop, constant barrage of praise. Nobody will notice any weird problem with the book that I couldn't notice. Really, he didn't come out of there, huh? I guess we'll just have to stick around and fill his mouth with bumps. That's just what we do. One of those will stick, right? I don't think they will. I don't think they did. No, he dropped all the way to the bottom, huh? Fantastic. Let's find him and murder him. The bounty on his head. And I'm here to collect. Only 2 points of health. I need to watch for that. Keep getting whittled down. Still a maniac somewhere. There's no vault here. Oh, there he is. He's being a total weirdo. Open this. Wow, I thought I could totally get to me. Open this up, shoot him in the face. All that good stuff that we always do. To people that deserve it, and people that annoy me. Oh boy, that was extremely close. Spring shoes, already got him. Let's go all the way to the exit here. So yeah, I've been working a lot on that while everybody's reading the book. My wife included. I value her feedback. She's getting to it. She was in the middle of a book. I'm not going to presume she should abandon the book that she's reading in favor of her husband, even though, you know, I am her husband and she's been bugging me to finish this book for years. I give it to her and now she doesn't rush to read it. What the hell, man? This is grounds for divorce right there. This is pro-Jared grounds for divorce. Right there. I mean, from sliding me like this to online cheating and lewds all over the internet, pretty comparable. Pretty comparable. So, you're a notice, woman. You're a notice. Anyway, we have murdered the shopkeepers, and now is the time to leave. There's nothing else to do here. There we go. So, while finishing that entire narrative, while that's going on, I've been just working on scripts for the campaign. Of course, the front page of it, and doing. Oh my goodness, I've been spending so many hours just getting home from work and drawing away. There's so much art in The Last of the Wicked, but I'm really happy with the results so far. It really looks the way I wanted it to look. So, still extremely time consuming. I'm not a fast artist because I just don't have much practice. I'm very function and goal oriented in my art making. if I don't have a specific purpose, I just don't feel like drawing. So, you know, I'd never get the practice that would make it fast, that would make it efficient. So whenever I do want to draw something, it takes forever. I'd like to find a... What the hell happened there? How did that happen? There was an oh, okay. There was a shotgun, which got mined, blew up, bounced over here. It's like, how did this amazing flying shotgun get all the way over there and almost... I mean, it didn't almost kill me, but it could have. There's the more ahead, right? Nothing here. Nothing here. So that's how... And that is why you may have... I don't know if you have noticed, but psychologically it's been in my head. The channel has taken... I wouldn't say a backseat, but it's running in the it's running shotgun, the channel right now. I'm just getting through our series, our kind of like standard stuff, not doing anything that takes a ton of work, because I've been spending even the audiobook of Eternal. I still am spending working time on it, but I slowed down a lot on that so I could focus on just working all day, except yesterday. Stayed up until freaking 1 in the morning playing Mordhau. It's not the standard thing to do, though. Been spending so many hours after work slaving away and getting all that stuff done and ready. Really excited about it. Genuinely. Like, I don't get hyped for much in life. Pretty laid back, calm fellow whose excitement is reduced to excellent meals and near perfect dumps. Man, if I get home, I've been needing to spray my butt cheeks all day, and I get to sit on that throne. Man, is that the best day, the best time of my day, releasing all of that content onto the Super Bowl. Holy crap! Do I look forward to it anyway? That is a little bit of a tangent there. Art, yeah. Was I getting anywhere with all this discussion other than I've been working real hard? That's about it, isn't it? I've been working really hard, okay? And oh yeah, that's the point I wanted to make. How the channel has just been kind of been going through the motions as a result of that. But it's only temporary. I kind of have to prioritize because I only have so much time in the day, and I really want this project to be out there. So something's gotta give. I still put up the videos every day. I still spend my time recording as much as I can. But just really want to get this out. I don't know when the campaign will be starting, because it depends on what the feedback does, in the sense of, holy crap, they discovered a plot hole that I didn't think about and now I had to rewrite half the book. That'll be pretty bad, right? And there was instances of that. Me writing through the book, getting really far, and then I realized, oh, wait a minute. This doesn't work at all. This doesn't work at all. And I had to take out a major part of the plot. I just destroyed it, made up something new, because it just didn't work. I don't want to talk about it because it spoils a bunch of stuff, but I really wanted that to be a thing, and it wasn't a thing. I couldn't make it work because it made no sense. So there I was, rewriting. That's one of the reasons why. I mean, it didn't take that long to rewrite it compared to the rest. We're done here. Was there a shotgun to grab? I don't know, but we're going to the mothership right there. Carry on our quest to kill every single shopkeeper, and while we do it, I tell you stories about things completely unrelated to Spelunky, because that's just the way we do. Whoa, that was close. Underrated move right there. Oh boy. I will hold myself to this, please. Thank you for providing the means of your own destruction. You dumbass! Idiot! Let's see if we can generate a giant ball of superheated plasma that can then be shoved straight into a shopkeeper's Mouth! Oh boy, I almost got purple crabbed because I was too focused on killing shopkeepers. I had a one-track mind. I had the tunnel vision engaged. Wanted to get to that shopkeeper, almost got butt blasted. Alright, friendo. I really just wanted to see your death. I want you to be looking at it. I want you to be watching the ball of plasma as it speeds toward your face. Go poof! Sucks to be you, little scum bucket. Get out of here. Carrying on for this beautiful landscape of fun. Love it. When we get a run like this, when I can end the lives of shopkeepers at my leisure. And in fact, see if we can maybe... I wanted to plasma blow this anus, but that's okay. That's okay, I forgive myself for this indiscretion. Whatever, we're done with shopkeepers. They're all dead. Moving on. Into the temple. And all the wondrous things that we shall find here. Kabumo! Should always expect that to happen. I never do. This is dangerous, I shouldn't do it. Did it anyway. Haja! Oh yeah. Thy flesh consumed! Alright, I think we're done. So, let's go find Anubis. All that good stuff. Kabumo! I'm already so excited too about the next novel I'm writing. Because I can't help myself. It's always a constant churn of ideas inside my head. They're just never going to run out. And I'm happy about that, don't get me wrong. But it is a bit of a bummer too, how I know for a fact I will die before I write everything I want to write. Especially since I'm pretty slow at it. The drafting phase is just so long because I'm one of those guys that just cannot just churn it out. Some people can do that. I can't. I need to make sure the sentence is exactly the way I want it before I move on to the next sentence. And then I will revisit the sentence and we'll just redo the whole thing. This is stupid. Please. You scumbag. I'm just gonna leave. This is just not worth my pay grade. So the drafting phase takes forever, but the next thing, man, is going to be enormous. And in fact, I was like, man, maybe this will make an excellent visual novel. There's a lot of really visual things in this new universe I'm creating. It has this enormous mythology. Enormous mythology. Inspired, and no shame or deceit by saying that it's absolutely inspired by Cultist Simulator. I love the mythology of Cultist Simulator. It's so awesome and original. I want to do something like that. So just blow up this guy. So you got, because it's something I really appreciate about the mythology of Cultist Simulator is how it's not Cthulhu-like in the sense of everything's terrible and everything wants to eat you. There is a really good reason why a cultist would be like, yeah, I want to worship this. There is so much beauty and weird power and knowledge, and it's the kind of stuff that's like, it would make all kinds of sense as somebody being obsessed with an entity in this universe and wanting it to worship them. Lisa just saved me from an arrow. What a gal. You deserve nothing but rescue. A good gal. What a great gal. Yes, indeed. A gal. We're done here. No, almost leave. There's small detail of the City of Gold. Where are you? Anyway, this world, this mystical world, is called the Transept. You guys play Darkest Dungeon, you'll know the transept is the transverse section of a cross-shaped church. That's what a transept is. So the halls of the transept are the different realms in this mythology. Oh boy, that's weird. The bomb didn't get crushed. That's so strange. The transept is the name of the extra world. You know, the setting for all these different weird creatures. And it's the transverse section of our world, of reality. There's all these different factions and conceptual rivals. There's the Evergarden and their bent of preservation. There is Bed of Maggots and their worship of decay. It's not like worship, it's like they are the embodiment of it. And they have all these creatures that are spawns from it, and I don't know, it's just really, really cool. And then the human connection. The story's about a girl whose twin sister was kidnapped and murdered. So she holds this deep, horrible thirst for revenge in her breast. So she stumbles upon this text, this way of contacting a certain creature, and from there she becomes, she does all the rituals and stuff, and she becomes a wraith, which is just a name for a superpowered individual. See if we can get that guy to explode. I just wanted the Hogman to die. Okay, we're good to go here. And the story goes on from there, and I'm so looking forward to working out. There's something that I really enjoy about building a new world every time. I am terrible at sticking around in the same world that I've created. I want to build a world, do something in it, maybe destroy it at the end, then move on to the next universe. I believe Frank Herbert, the guy that made Dune, was very much like that too. He hated to write sequels. He hated to write sequels, and he only did it begrudgingly because Dune was so damn successful. And then he did it kind of like with a middle finger kind of attitude by setting it thousands and thousands of years in the future, something like that. I've not read the sequels of Dune, only read synopsis of them. It's like, this doesn't sound like something I would enjoy reading. Probably I would enjoy reading, but just not enough, I think. Let's just get this thing out of here. Dumbass Olmec with his stupid dumbass thoughts. He is the thought master. Because that's all he can do. You may think that I'm referring to Twitch thoughts. No, I'm thinking about actual thoughts going on in his brain. The giant, massive golden turd brain. All his nonsense. I can relate. I am also overwhelmed by super powerful thoughts all the time. I'm quite mighty in my brain power. I have galaxy brain. As you are well aware, if you're listening to this, I mean, where else are you going to get the PewDiePie murdered by boa constrictor babies dream? But in Blargh land. This is one-of-a-kind content right here. Cannot find anywhere else, for better or worse. Ah, poor Vlad. He was taking a nap, tired after all the torturing of the day. Found out by a Mexican psychopath. Attaches a bomb to his face. Doesn't even give me a chance to fight back. What a scumbag. Alright. Let's just get out of here. This run's getting long in the tooth. I have talked about everything but Spelunky, but it's the usual thing. Is the Northern Lion Binding of Isaac curse of never even talking about the game anymore. You're just going to whatever the hell is happening at the time in your life, because there's only so much narrative of Spelunky you can say without repeating yourself forever. And believe me, do I repeat myself all the time anyway. Ow. Ow. Well. I was about to say, I'm relieved the demon didn't just bump me into that, but I was blinking. Here's what happened, because there's some explanation to what just happened. It didn't just randomly suicide. I was blinking, so I didn't really realize that I had already gotten up and turned around. I thought that I still was at the corner over here, But because of the blinking and the other enemy and the fireman, I didn't see myself until I was jumping down there and dying. So that's the wonderful death sequence that we have at the end of this, quote, daily challenge. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, I hope you're looking forward to reading my new book. Whoa.